Namaskar today everybody. Today we will revise math R.S. Aggarwal chapter number 3 exercise 3D page number 53. This chapter is based on some arithmetic property. I am explaining the properties, then I am going to the problem. Okay. I am explaining the property, then going to the exercise 3D. Number 1. There have 4 properties: closure property, distributive property, associative property, and number 4, commutative property. Yes, 4 properties are included in your syllabus. But most important property are distributive property. Distributive property of multiplication over addition, distributive property of addition, a distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. These properties mainly used, and the problem that will given into your question paper, basically this property will be used. Okay, suppose A plus B equal to B plus A. I am explaining the property by algebraic expression. Okay, A plus B is always B plus A. Suppose I am giving example 5 plus 3, that means 3 plus 5. Can it be written? Yes, because there have no negativity. It can be written, but you cannot written. Suppose A minus B, B minus A. You cannot return. Why? Suppose A is 5, B is 3. If you reverse the value, 3 minus 5, are they equal? No. Because to the left hand side that is 2, to the right hand side that is minus 2. That means the left hand side of the equal sign is inverse, additive inverse, okay, of the integer. It is an integer, so it cannot be written. So all the properties, keep it into your mind, all of the properties are applicable in case of addition and subtraction, addition and multiplication. In case of division and subtraction, this property cannot be applied. Why? When you will subtract and use closure property, a negative integer will come out. So it is not fit for this operation. Only these properties are used in case of addition and multiplication. Okay, so A plus B can be written B plus A. Property number 2. Suppose A equal to B, that means B equal to A. A equal to B equal to B equal to A. That is closure. And the first was commutative. It is closure. Suppose 9 equal to 5, that means 5 equal to 9. It can be written. So closure property, commutative property. Number 3, associative property. Associative property means among 3 numbers an association will be formed. Okay, and it is applicable only for addition and multiplication. Suppose I am giving an example: A into B into C, or you may write A plus B plus C. Okay, now make an association A into B into C. It can be written as A into B outside the bracket into C. outside the bracket into C, but you get same result. That is called association in case of multiplication, but in case of addition, A plus B within bracket, outside the bracket C. Now give an example. Suppose 2 into 3 into 5. 2 into 3 into 5. Now it can be written as 2 into 3 within bracket, outside the bracket 5. Now you get same result. 2 into 15, that means 30. Here 6 into 5, also 30. So it can be written as in this condition. This is called associativity. Associative property. Associative property. That is applied in case of multiplication and addition. Suppose 2 plus 4 plus 9. That can be written as 2 plus 4 outside the bracket plus 9. You will get same result. 2 plus 13, that means 15. 6 plus 9 equal to 15. So these are the properties. Okay, next, the last ones. Distributive property, that is much more important than the three properties. Because the problems that will come into your examination paper or any other competitive examination, this property will be given. Number 4, distributive property of multiplication over addition, distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. Okay, I am giving two examples. Distributive property of multiplication, distributive property of multiplication over addition, and distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. The languages are same. Okay. So look very carefully. I am giving two examples in each case. Suppose distributive property of multiplication over addition. 247 into 67 plus 247 into 33. Okay, look very carefully. I have written the common property A into bracket B plus C. A into bracket B plus C. What is the meaning? That means both are multiplied with A. So A into B plus A into C. From this condition, A is taken as common, and within the bracket B plus C. So A into B plus A into C. A into B plus A into C. Look, just compare the example. Compare the example. It is written in this condition. If you unable to compare the example with the property, you cannot solve. At first try to understand and compare the example with the property. To the property, A is common, bracket B plus C. That means A into B plus A into C. Look very carefully. Suppose it is A into it is B plus it is A into it is C. It is totally different but same. 247. Now take common. 247 common within bracket 67 plus 33. Now 247 100. Always you will get inside the bracket the multiple of 10. The multiple of 10. The question is given is just like that. So that the addition of the addition into the bracket will be always multiple of 10. 10, 100, 1000, 10,000 lakh, 10 lakh crore. Then you can multiply easily. 2, 4, 7. How many 0? 2 0. So without actual multiplication, you can use the short tricks. Multiply by 100, 247. So these properties is called distributive property of multiplication over addition. Look, distributive property of multiplication over addition. Distributive property of multiplication over addition. So this process is called distributivity. Next, to the right hand side, I am given another example. I have given another example. Distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. Okay, over subtraction. Suppose 947 into 105 minus 947 into 5. Automatically, when you look that is matched to the property multiplication, distributive property of multiplication over subtraction, then you apply. Which is common? 947 is common. 947 is common. Within the bracket, 105 minus 5. Then you will get the multiple of 10. That means 100. So 94720. So these are the basic properties of whole number. Suppose if in the question paper, if you do not follow the property, can it be solved within a short time? No. You cannot solve minimum within 15 minutes. Within 15 minutes, if you multiply these to that, then minus, multiply 947 to 5, then you will get the result. After 20-30 minutes, time will be needed. But this property makes you, this property helps you to find out the result within 10 seconds. Find the property and find the result. Use the property and find the result. Now I am coming to the exercise 3D. I am coming to the exercise 3D. Exercise 3D, there have so many problems. Question number 1, that is just like standard 1, 2, I am not going. Question number 2, that is like standard 2, 3, 4. Standard question number 3, that is under your standard. Question number 3, I am solving so many problems, but you will solve the remainders at your home. Okay, question number 3. Question number 1, 647 into 13 plus 647 into 7. Look, which property will apply here? Distributivity. Distributive property of multiplication over addition is done. That is given. You have to simplify. So 647 will be common within the bracket 13 plus 7. That means 647 into 13 plus 7, that means 20. What I have said, always you will get the multiple of 10. Multiple of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, then 100, 1000, 10,000. Okay. Now multiply in brief. At part multiply by 2. 2 7s are 14. 2 4s are 8, 1 9. 2 6s are 12. Then 1 0. Within 10 seconds, easily you can find the answer. If you apply the property, distributive property. Okay. Next, so many problems are there, just like question number 1. I am going to the question number 4. Question number 4. Question number 4. What is given? 9870. into 561, that means 561 minus 9870 into 461. Now this is also just like that. Multiplication, distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. In the middle there are subtraction sign. So 9870 will be common. Within the bracket 561 minus 461. I have already taken as common 9870. Okay. Now 9870 into 100. 561 minus 461, 100. Then 9870. How many zero? 20. This is the answer. Okay. All the problems of question number 3 are just like that. Copy these into your copy. Next, question number 4. That is quite different. Quite different means the question is said that at first arrange the number suitably, then multiply. Sometimes, look, I am giving an example. Suppose 999 into 25 into 4. 24. Okay. If you at first multiply 999 by 25, it will get much more time. Minimum 5 minutes or 6 minutes or 10 minutes will be needed. But if you suitably arrange, then the multiplication should be quickly. Look, 24 into 25 into 4. At first, multiply these. Regroup, multiply this at first. 999 into 4 into 25 is 100. That means 999 double 0. How much time is needed? Only 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So at first, look the problem carefully and try to understand how will you rearrange. How will you rearrange? So there are so many problems. I am solving the problems. Watch. How much time is needed? You just match your watch. Minimum 5 seconds or 6 seconds. Okay. Next problem. The problems are same. Next, here 8 into 125 into 40 into 25. 8 into 125. Regroup. 100 into 25. 1000 into 4. 40 into 25. 1000. How many zero? How much time is needed? 2 seconds or 3 seconds. Just you regroup. 8 into 125, 1000. 40 into 25, 1000. So how many zero? 3030. That means multiply and break 60. Okay. Next, question number 5. That is quite different. The problems are quite different than the previous question number. Okay. They have given the problem and said that using distributive law, find each of the following products with distributive law. So what was the distributive law? A into B plus C. At first you will have to arrange the problem A into B plus C, then A into B plus A into C. Question number 5. Suppose 740 into 105. You do not multiply directly. They have instructed. The instruction is given. At first rearrange using the property of distributive. Then you multiply. Then you find the value. Now regroup. 740 into within bracket 100 plus 5. 105. That means 100 plus 5. Now A into B plus C. Now A into B, that means 7400 100. You may write at first. I have skipped one step. 740 into 100 into plus 740 into 5. Okay. Now 740, how many 0? 2 0 plus 5 multiply 5 0 are 0, 5 4 are 20, 2 5 7 are 35, 2 37. Then from the right side 0 0 7 7 7. If you use the apply the property and solve, more than 5 or 6 minutes will not be needed the time. Okay, so this was the today's class assignment, and this chapter is very important for your upcoming examination. Minimum 2 or 3 questions will be given from this chapter. Okay, so you will solve the remaining problems from the R.S. Aggarwal.